Hello, everybody. Welcome to the interviews. Let me just turn that music down a little bit. And I kind of made a mess of my own opening there again. I'm the one that screwed up. I'm the one that screwed up today. Anyway, I'm glad to see everybody here. We're sitting down today with probably one of the more unique streamers that's on Twitch, in my opinion anyway. Mr. kDoGG. Welcome to the interview, sir. Thank you to everybody who's hosted, by the way, and followed while we were prepping. I greatly appreciate it. How are you, dude?
I'm great. How are you, Cranky?
I'm not bad. Now, I got to clarify why you are unique, and then we'll get into the whole story, why, and everything like that. Why are you the standing streamer? Like, that is basically your secondary nickname, right?
Correct. I'm Twitch's only standing streamer. Only.
Have you trademarked that?
I have not technically, officially trademarked it, but yeah. Hey, Michael Jackson never really was the king of pop. He just self-proclaimed it, you know? So feel free. Anybody wants to stand up on their stream, go ahead, but do it the entire time. Yes. I challenge you.
Well, see, you know, I was going to honor your style by doing this standing up, but I didn't think people would appreciate a crotch shot the whole time. So, you know, and I didn't want to rework my camera. It's just that's the way it is. Anyway,
I don't even wear pants when I'm streaming.
I didn't need to know that.
That's okay.
Anyway, let's sort of step back a little bit here and let's who is kDoGG? Like, how long have you been? Let's first off go right to the basics. How long have you been gaming?
I've been playing video games in some manner, shape, or form since I can remember. I remember playing sports games, baseball games, on whatever type of PC my parents were lucky enough to afford. Let's see, I'm 35 years old, so that's a long time ago. Then I got into Nintendo, just like everyone else.
Thanks for the host there, dude.
We got a Nintendo, into the Mario, and then it's just, I think everybody's story is about the same. You go from Nintendo, and then you make your choice. Are you going Super Nintendo? Are you going Sega? I went both of those routes onto Xbox, onto PlayStation, and just stuck with both of them. I dabble in PC games now a little bit, but I'm not the brightest bulb on the tree sometimes when it comes to PC games. So I like to stick with at least what I quote unquote am good at. So I stick with the consoles for the most part. But.
All right, how old were you when or let's suppose like how old were you when you first started playing video games? What age?
Oh goodness. Let's see. I was probably. I have an older brother whose age was probably 12. Probably 5 or 6.
Wow.
With like PC games, playing baseball simulation style games. I can remember another game, Centipede, I think, on a PC, and of course, like, Pac-Man. When you say video gaming, you don't have to be at your house. I went to a lot of arcades as a kid.
Yes.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot of arcades. And who knows how old I was then. And but a clear, vivid memory, obviously, is when the NES came out.
So
remember
what was the first game, either arcade or console, that you remember playing? The very first one.
The very first one I remember is a PC game. It was a baseball game, and it was it had all the players' names, so it must have been licensed by MLB. It was not like RBI Baseball, which was one of the first on Nintendo's. It was, I want to say it was just like MLB Baseball, and I remember playing with the Red Sox. Usually probably set the games up against the Yankees. That is what I remember playing with a mouse. You clicked and hit and clicked and ran, and that one I can remember because I played it with my older brother. So that's probably the first one I ever played.
Now,
I'm trying to think of some of those others, but
I noticed behind you, like, you have a lot of sports T-shirts. So I'm taking it you are a big sports fan.
yes. Those are all my jerseys from any sport. I got a couple that people donated to the stream. I have 2 kids and a wife. I don't have a room upstairs anymore. There's no more man cave. This is it. This is it. And if I took the camera and I scrolled over here, you'd see, a stroller, a wagon. I just cut that out. It takes away from the ambiance sometimes. But yeah, I'm a big sports fan.
So I would assume then, and correct me if I'm wrong, that your main genre for gaming is sports-oriented games?
I would say I lean towards those first. And we've had this discussion on my channel a lot. I consider myself a variety streamer in the fact that I don't stick to even one sports game. I'll play FIFA. I'll play either one of the NBAs. I'm going to be getting the show on Tuesday, Madden. But yes, if you asked me what my main genre was, I would say sports. I play NHL. That's how I ran into Glurms. He was streaming it. So if you asked me what my main genre was, I would have to say sports.
By the way, thank you everybody for the follows. I don't really answer them, acknowledge them right when they happen because I don't want to break the flow of the conversation. But thank you very, very much. Now, when I dropped in, I guess a week or so ago on your channel, and we were trying to arrange this, and I wanted to see what you were doing and everything, and Mrs. kDoGG was there with you. And
you popped in on a lucky night.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
But you were doing a fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
So is that your other kind of genre that you like, or is that just sort of a one-off type thing?
Whenever Mrs. kDoGG is on stream, which is rare, and people actually are a demand for her to be on more, but whenever she is on stream, she chooses the games.
Okay.
And she's more into. She loves Mario. Because we got our Super Nintendo and our Sega right here. So she likes to play Mario, Sonic. We weren't feeling it that night. We kept getting stuck at a level. So we switched over to Street Fighter. And she beat me pretty bad.
Yeah, I know she was kicking your butt pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, I got to ask, the other time I dropped in, you had her on the phone. She was at work.
Right.
And you were trying to get her to stop at the mall on the way home from work to pick up a Wii U. Now, I don't know whether that was a joke or serious, but did she actually come home with a Wii U, or did she really catch on?
It was serious.
Okay.
My 5-year-old daughter wants us to get one, and I know there's a lot of people that. Oh, I want to play it, but there's a lot of people that want to play Mario Kart together. But so I called her up and I put it right on the air. I'm a big believer in everything should be live. Everything should be on stream. Even Mike. Like, I see people a lot of times, they'll get on the phone. If it's personal with business and you can give out information, I understand that. But just put it on. Everything should be live. But anyways, so I called her up, and she thought I was kidding at first. And I said, no, seriously, let's do it. And she went to the store. I think I had gotten off stream after this. She called me from Best Buy. She said, I can't find it. I said, what do you mean you can't find it? Go over to the Nintendo. It's a Wii U. I had to make sure I say the Wii U, otherwise she's going to buy us another Wii. And so she found it, and she couldn't find the sale price. I know it was something like $279, but she's like, there's no price tag on it. I go, I know, because it's on sale, and they probably would rather have you buy it when it's off sale. So long story short, she didn't pick it up. She wanted to get home. She wanted to eat. So there'll be no Mario Kart 8 with me.
Miss
Women.
kDoGG, Miss kDoGG.
No, it's dropping the ball. I tried to tell her, Dad, take one for the team. That's weird that you popped in on a night she was streaming, because she doesn't stream that often. She was there for my birthday stream, another rare night. She on Halloween, I was home. I forget. It might have been a day off from my work, or it might have been the weekend. But she was working. I was home the entire day. I tweaked my whole overlay and all the notification to be Halloween style. So when they would, because there's some sounds that Mrs. kDoGG does not like to hear. She can't hear the Halloween theme song, and she can't hear the psycho. She can't hear those. She'll flip out. So we, of course, switched follower alerts and all those other alerts to freak her out, and of course it worked perfectly.
Yeah. You're a cruel person.
I am cruel. Hey, it's good. It's entertainment. I mean, people enjoyed that, and that's fun. It's fun to me.
What was okay? So you've been gaming for quite a while.
Yeah.
What was it about streaming that caught your eye? That you thought might work for you?
Well, I knew nothing about Twitch. I didn't know it existed until the Xbox One announced that they had this app called Twitch. And then my friend, who you'll see on the stream a lot, Tronic20 TV, he said to me one day, I said, "What are you doing? Where have you been? Why aren't we playing FIFA?" He's like, "Oh, I've been watching Twitch." I'm like, "Well, what's this?" And he explains it, and I was like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Why would you want to sit there for hours at end and watch somebody play a video game? And I shot it down. I said, that is dumb. A couple days later, I'm like, "Well, where are you, Tronic? Let's play." And he goes, "I'm watching Twitch. I'm watching Tim the Tatman." I'm like, "Oh, I don't get it." And he explained it to me. He explained how it works. He said, actually, you and Tim have a lot in common, in just the way you got these like inside sayings. You both used to do the same type of job. You might like them. Check them out. Long story short, fast forward, I checked them out. I have never left Tim's stream. I loved it. And then I said to myself, I could do that. What you see on my stream, what you see right now, is literally who I am, whether I'm live or not.
Yeah.
If I'm just gaming myself, I will be screaming at that screen. I will be yelling. I try not to hide much. I'm not a believer in that, and I just thought to myself, I might as well. I got all the equipment. Let's hit start and let's see what happens. And that appealed to me. I have 3 brothers. I have 2 younger and 1 older, so there was always interaction when we played video games. And now we don't live together. My older brother lives here. My younger brothers live there. So I don't have that. I can't really interact with my daughters as much yet. Some of them do play, or one of them does play. But yeah, it appealed to me, interacting and communicating and going through the highs and the lows of gaming.
So
really.
When actually did you start streaming full, like not full time, but with a consistent basis?
Great question. I think it was March or April when the Twitch app on the Xbox One allowed you to stream from your Xbox. And I said, all right, here we go. Let's do it. I didn't look into anything. I didn't know any Twitch etiquette. I must have been banned from every chat I went into when I first started Twitch. Because I knew nothing. I knew no etiquette. I thought it'd be cool to go in and say, hey, I stream this, I stream that. So right when the app came out, I started streaming with Tronic. We streamed FIFA, our matches against each other. We streamed competitive Search and Destroy, which we have yet to win a competitive match. But man, were they fun. And so that was, let's say it came out in April. I believe the app came out in April in an update. You have April, May, and then when June hit, like around May, I was getting to the point, I need to bring more. I need to have more control over my stream. And the Xbox One app did not allow me to do that.
Yeah. It's a
so
good,
that's
like the apps that are on like both the Xbox and the PlayStation are pretty basic. Like they don't, like if you want to be a streamer, you definitely are not going to be going that route full time.
Yeah, you got to take that extra mile. And you'll want to. Once you start enjoying it, I would suggest, if you're looking into streaming, to start on that route. Don't go out and spend a ton of money right away. I mean, if you have a PC that can do it, maybe start with that. But if you can't, starting with the PlayStation apps, the Xbox apps, is the way to go. But so I started thinking to myself, well, I want to do overlays. I want to do this. I want to have this control. I was attending graduate school. I was finishing up my master's, and I needed a PC. I needed a laptop. Well, I needed a PC, but Mrs. kDoGG would only give the approval on a laptop based on the fact that I could take this laptop, leave the house, leave my children, so I could go do some schoolwork. Well, being the guy I am, I went to go get a laptop, and I just kept going up in specs and up in specs and up in specs, and making sure that school laptop could also stream some video games. And then I sat, so I still needed an Elgato. I still needed some headsets. Oh, actually, I had headsets. I needed an Elgato and or a capture card. You can get other capture cards, but I got an Elgato. I was sitting in a bar one night with Trunk 20 TV, several adult beverages in, and I just whipped out my iPhone and I just went on Best Buy. Don't do this. Nobody do this. I ordered everything I needed. Woke up the next day, said, son of a gun, I got one too many things. So I sent the A40s back, got the Elgato, and I forgot what else it was. And then it was smooth sailing. I mean, well, not smooth sailing, but then we were on our way.
I'm curious, like when you first started this, what was Miss kDoGG's reaction? Like, how has she been through this whole growth process of yours?
She didn't understand it at first. I think there's few spouses that do understand it, and those spouses probably are the ones that game themselves. Mrs. kDoGG's not a gamer. She likes to play video games, but she's not a gamer. So she didn't understand the whole streaming aspect. And she says, so now you guys are all sitting in chat rooms talking with each other. like the early 90s. I said, because a lot of the times I'll be in other streams and I won't have the ability to listen or watch your stream at the time, so I just chat with the community. So she jokes around. She's like, so you guys are all now taking a step back, and it's like instant message chat rooms. All that. She doesn't get it. She's coming around slowly. She understands that people enjoy it. It releases stress for a lot of people. I would lose my mind if I couldn't stream. I would go insane, and I'm already insane, but I would go a little more. She's coming around. She's more supportive. She wishes I would not stream as often as I used to. I used to stream a lot more. I was Monday through Friday, twice a day, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., and then back at night about 9 until I always said midnight, but then I always went later. But then things changed. I got my master's. I had to start doing internship hours. So I lost my midday streams. So when I lost those, then I started missing those days. So I wasn't streaming as much. So I was around the house more. So it all balanced and worked itself out. It hurt my stream personally, but it helped my life outside of this.
Yeah. You've got to find a balance, don't you?
You do. You have to find a balance for your stream life and for your personal life. I preach having a schedule. When any young streamer, any new streamer, I always say be consistent, get a schedule, because that will help you. But yeah, you do have to find that even level balance. So.
I'm curious. What do you think of? I don't know. Sometimes it's thank you for the raid, folks. I really appreciate that.
I believe that's Mr. Glurms.
Yeah, the casual raid. Thank you, Glurms. When it comes to PC Master Race and the console gamer confrontations, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
What's your feeling on at first that whole idea of there being a like a war between the two platforms?
That's stupid. There shouldn't. It's all gaming. It's all gaming. I mean, I understand sometimes. I think people are passionate. People are very passionate. I'm one of them. I'm extremely passionate. But to say, thanks, Lerms, to say in the preach that there's one master race, there's one ultimate console, that you're just it's just stupid. Sorry, everybody. But I play PC. I play console. I play mobile. I mean, where does mobile fit in that? I mean, we're gonna argue that.
You've got that one racing game that you can stream from within the game on mobile.
Yeah, it's you know what? It's on my phone. You give me 1 second. I'll just check. The name of that game is. They said they were going to actually do more games like that. You have to have a certain. You know what? I might have deleted it because it wasn't any good.
Well, I know because Fioli streamed it one night.
Yeah.
And it actually looked really good. I was quite surprised.
The quality of the stream.
Yeah.
I did a test stream from my iPhone 6 Plus because you have to have a certain. I don't know if you can do it on Android, so I'm sorry, Android users. Wouldn't want to start that fight up either.
No, because you're dealing with an Nexus 4 user here.
So I did a test stream on my top secret test account, and I checked the quality, and you're right, the quality was not that bad. I was kind of impressed, but I didn't enjoy the game, so I'm not going to stream it. I won't stream a game unless I find some fun in it. I just won't.
Now, when it comes to and by the way, thank you everybody for the follows. Again, like I said, I don't like to interrupt the flow of the conversation while it's happening for all those follows. But bonus, guys, thank you very much. When it comes to the PC console, do you actually have a preference?
I prefer console, and the reason I prefer. Great question. A lot of my games are sports. Now, there's sports games on PC, but a lot of the games I play are sports, and I like to play with my brothers, my friend, my close friend Tronic20, and others. I grew up on the console side. I have more friends. I have more connections. I can play a sports game with this.
Yeah.
I'm a little a noob with mouse and keyboard. I have to stick to point and click. CS:GO, I'm sort of getting the hang on it, but I take too many breaks from CS:GO, so I lose it. I would lean towards console, preferentially, whatever. Lean towards console in that manner. It's more familiar with me. So, like, if I'm gonna start a stream, I usually will start with something I can get in the flow, interact with the chat, bounce back and forth, and I usually do that with FIFA. I haven't been doing that as much, but when you ask me which one am I going to lean towards, I got to say consoles, unfortunately.
You raised the question earlier, raised the point earlier, and I found this a lot too. That when you mentioned the fact that you're either a streamer or you watch video game streams, people's reactions are pretty well right across the board. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. My parents don't get it at all. They're way out. They have no concept of why would anybody do that. What fun is that? Do you
okay, among your friends, IRL friends who shared that opinion, like, why the hell would you do this, and why the hell would you watch these things? Do you find that attitude changing?
I don't interact as much with those friends as first of all, I don't have that many real life friends in general. I probably can count them on one hand. I probably have more Twitch friends, and I hate even using that word, Twitch friends, because we're all friends. I might not personally know Cranky. I consider him my friend. Drew, Glurms, a lot of people like that. Do I find... my wife has changed her outlook on it, so there you go.
Yeah.
My wife's my friend. My mom is supportive of it. She doesn't get it, but she understands it's something I like and enjoy and have fun doing. So why would anybody put that down about someone else?
Yeah.
I don't put down whether or not my neighbor likes to garden. You know, they enjoy that. So
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like, okay, you've been doing this since March, April of last year. And you've been fairly, you know, like you said, you believe in consistency of a schedule, right, and being there when you say you're going to be there. What do you look for in in the future when it comes to streaming?
What do I look for in the future of streaming? Well, like anybody, I think there's a small part of every streamer, no matter whether or not they want to admit it, wants to grow, wants to go to that next level. They may say, hey, I'm in this stream for fun, for casual, for having a great time. But deep down inside, every one of us has a small part that wants to grow. They want to get their voice out. They want to get everything else out. Well, let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah.
What else would I like to see in streaming in general, or just in the way I look at I look at things is I like supporting people. I believe there's a lot, and I cause a lot of drama myself, but I believe there's a lot of drama in Twitch. I believe some people don't support other people when they should. Some people only maybe support the person above them due to the fact as that will benefit them.
Yeah.
I do my best to support, when I'm not streaming, everybody that I can in any way I can. And I'm not the biggest streamer in the world, but I may have the biggest heart. Twitch-wise, what would I like to see? We said this a couple nights ago on my stream. Actually, when we were doing the late night show on Friday, I think we said we wish you could take viewer counts when they listed some streams. Take the viewer counts out. Just list people. Maybe list them randomly, some way, because a lot of people, they get the high view count, which they deserve it. Don't get me wrong. They're up there at the top. They're gonna snag that casual Twitch person just based on the fact as they have 20,000 viewers in their stream.
Yeah.
Just based on that fact alone. When there may be streamers near the bottom or lower that are just as deserving. I don't want it to come out wrong. Like I mean, those people, the Tims, the Amons, the Sodas, they deserve every person they get. Those are entertaining individuals. Don't get me wrong. But I wipe out the viewer count. I don't know. It's got to be some way to balance it out. I think Twitch, they got their front page. They do a great job, but they don't venture out far into the realm of Twitch. There's medium streamers, there's smaller streamers that are amazing. They're just not seen.
Yeah.
They just don't get that press.
Now, for you personally,
Mm-hmm.
where do you want to see your stream head? Like, you know, like I said, I think every part of us that does this on Twitch wants that impossible dream. Well, it's not impossible, but that very difficult dream of being able to do this full time and earn a good living at doing it. Are you in that camp, or are you're just having fun doing this and everything else is a byproduct?
As of right now, everything else is a byproduct. Everything I get, I do for fun. I'm going to be playing video games anyways. I might as well turn my Logitech on and just play. Maybe when I got into this and started, I was like, wow, cool. You can have a sub button. You can get subscriptions to your channel, like television. But let's be serious. In order to be a full-time Twitch streamer, which means quit your job and stay home and stream, you got to have, 500 active subs?
Yeah, you got to be up around the 500, like the 400 to 500, and that of
That's
course that's not counting your donations or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I think you pretty well have to be up and around that mark before you can even think about it. And and of course it's totally dependent on what your income was prior to that.
Right. Right.
Because like you don't want to quit and take a pay cut.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, you don't want to do that. And then take your shirt off on stream and be done.
Yeah, yeah. When it comes to streaming, like we've seen, like we tossed some numbers around last night on the Late Show, and Twitch has been around since 2010, 2011. We're now at 2015, and it has grown hugely. What do you see down the road for Twitch?
If I was Twitch, and they already have their good app, that app is on Chromecast. When I go upstairs tonight and I'm done watching WrestleMania, I flip over to Twitch on my, wait, not my Chromecast, my Roku player. I apologize. I'll switch over to the Twitch app and I'll watch Twitch. What Twitch should think about, and maybe getting a weekly show on national TV, on direct TV, on Dish Network, whatever the case may be, whatever television you have. Would it surprise me if they allowed everybody to have a sub button and just allow everybody to take in that amount of money? Well, okay, you could have tiers. You could have a sub button for your top guys, $4.99 a month to subscribe to this person. All right, we're going to allow that middle streamer or that lower streamer, they can have a sub button now. That sub button's not going to be as much. Well, that wouldn't make sense then. That's going to hurt the other people.
Yeah.
I said it in my head and it made sense, but when I say it out loud, it doesn't sound as good. So, I think what Twitch should look for is just expanding and getting recognition. I don't even have cable. I don't watch cable. I don't have television. I have over-the-air antennas that give me my local news. But what I watch mainly is Twitch and sports. And those go hand in hand, actually. I mean, you got your Madden championships, your Call of Duty championships, all your other championships. I'm sure I'm leaving a ton out. Yeah, your esports, and so.
Do you think that okay, we got the news the other day that we're expecting a big announcement from YouTube at E3 that they are going to be totally revamping their YouTube live service to be centered around gamers and gaming. When we talked about this on late night, our impression was, like, our feeling was that it's too little too late, regardless of the amount of money that they pour into this. Right. Twitch has too much of a lead. Do you think that YouTube can actually pull off a viable competitor that should make Twitch nervous?
Can they do it? That I don't know. Should they try? Yes. Because if we don't have competition, competition is a good thing. Let's not get that wrong. Competition will make Twitch better. Can YouTube pull it off? I think so. I mean, you got Twitch already trying to lure the big YouTube people over anyways. You're a big YouTube person and you don't even do anything on Twitch, you can still get your sub button easier. If I had 5,000 subscriptions on YouTube and I have 2,000 something, whatever I have on Twitch, I have a better chance. So Twitch is trying to take all those people from YouTube anyways.
Yeah.
And I think YouTube is, they probably feel slighted that they didn't get that acquisition. And no.
Well, here's the thing. Apparently, like, they offered $1 billion for Twitch, but Amazon finally ended up getting them for like $957 million. Now that's still a lot of money,
right?
But it's not that magical $1 billion number that I'm sure Twitch wouldn't have minded. the question is, as a streamer, do you think that if Google had bought Twitch, they could have meshed the two different cultures in together without ruining Twitch?
No. I think Google would have screwed it up. Don't ask me specifically how they would do that.
No.
But I don't think it would have worked. I don't think YouTube and Twitch sort of work together, but that's under the table working together. People do their Twitch, they upload their highlights, even though your song may get muted. They try to work together, but I don't think it would have gone as smoothly if Google got the acquisition than if Amazon got it. Because in my mind, Amazon bought it and said, and what has really changed? Nothing. Twitch is still running everything, and I think if Google purchased it, they would probably, want to make the dinner and buy the groceries type of thing.
Give you the smoke afterwards too, right?
Yeah, right. I know.
When it comes to streaming, and we kind of touched on this earlier, but what kind of dedication, like for you personally, what kind of dedication has it taken to get where you are? And what kind of dedication is it going to take to advance your stream?
I believe I probably put way more work into my stream than maybe my wife would like. Sometimes I have a real problem. Here's my biggest problem. I can't stop thinking about Twitch. Whether it's my stream or it's watching somebody or whatever, or how am I going to support this person, or I got to get this tweet out, I got to tell someone. It takes a lot. It's a grind. It's work. I'm not a full-time streamer, but I put full-time effort into it. I may turn on my stream and I may not have any idea of what game I'm playing or what this, but behind the scenes, with overlays, with the songs I open up with the alert sounds I have, everything I try to do, I try to give it 110%. It may not look it, but when I hit that button and that live red light goes on, that's me, and I do put quite a bit of effort. And if I want to grow, you got to always be changing. You got to always think. I'm in a rut. I feel like personally my stream's in a rut. I've hit this mud, and you have to think to yourself, why is it like that? How can I get out of it? How can I make it better? Because if your stream's not going good, there's only one person to blame, and that's the person standing in front of the screen. That's why that person doesn't have a sub button. They either aren't doing something right, or they have not applied.
I know that I don't know how many times I've been in like Dizzy Disasters chat, because I'm on there as well, and I've also been in other chats, and I've also I've seen it occasionally here in chat, and you get these, generally the younger kids, and by younger I mean anywhere from 14 to 18, and sometimes a little older, and they're always going, I want to stream. What do I do? And they seem to think all you gotta do is hit that live button and you're away to the races.
Right.
Now, you and I both know that is a bunch of bullshit.
Right.
So, what would you say to let's say someone in chat says, "Well, I want to be a streamer. What do I have to do other than hitting that live button?" Like, what would you suggest to a wannabe, or a noob, or even someone who's just starting out?
Well, the first thing I would say is don't spend a lot of money. And if you're a kid, don't go to your parents and tell them to spend a lot of money. Start off on one of the console apps. You don't need a capture card to stream PC games, right? You don't need that. You can stream directly from your PC. Start slow. Don't get discouraged. I must have streamed maybe a month, 2 months, where all I had in my stream was Sorlac 7 and Tronic 20 TV. Don't get discouraged, and don't just be yourself. Try not to be someone else. Try not to be fake. Try to be interactive, and if you find out you're enjoying it, whether or not you have followers or viewers, look at yourself. Are you enjoying it? If you're enjoying it, take that next step. Make that next effort. If you're not enjoying it, then don't do it. I've started streams before, and I haven't felt it. I haven't been into it. I've not been hyped, I guess is the word. And I just will say, I just said, well, you know what? Let's end the stream early today because I'm not bringing any entertainment to you. I think I heard this on Dizzy's stream recently. This is your guys' free time. It's a Sunday at quarter to 3 or whatever. This is your viewers. This is Glurms' free time. He should be sleeping, but
yeah, he
should
be sleeping.
This is everybody's free time. You guys come here. If we're not entertaining you, then we're not doing our job. And I just want to jump back to Glurms. One of Glurms' comments in the stream. Sometimes it is our fault or it isn't our fault. And he was talking about the source button. Not everybody can watch it. Certain people's streams. I've had this discussion before too. Change the output you're putting out there.
Yeah.
You want to increase your viewership and make your quality a little lower to pull in more people. That's the give and take of Twitch.
Yeah.
You have to think, do I want to lower my quality to grab that other how many people? Maybe. Maybe I don't. I don't know.
Yeah, like there's this big discussion going on right now, whether it's 720 or 1080p. Like what should a streamer be doing? And the reality is, 720 is probably the best quality you can put out that everybody can watch.
Right, and that would be my suggestion. And I think that's what I do put out. And like I said at the start of this, I'm a noob. I mean, Tronic 20 TV set up all my settings. Because I didn't know what I was doing then. I know things now, but I didn't know them then. Let's see. Broadcast settings, encoding. Oh, gosh. I don't even know where to find it. But I believe I'm at 720.
Yeah. Yeah. What has been one of your lowest points as a streamer?
Oh, my goodness. I've had probably several low points. I remember one time we used to do this thing called Viewer Wars, where it'd be me and one viewer of mine versus Tronic and a viewer of his in Search and Destroy. And I got a little upset because I was getting ragged on because I'm not very good. Getting ragged on by those guys. They're all my friends, so it was bust my balls. But I had taken enough. And I think I did like the last 30 minutes of my stream with my head down. And I was just not a happy camper. There's been other times that I may have called people out on stream and ripped them a new one on stream. Sometimes they deserved it. Sometimes they didn't deserve it. I'm not talking about trolls, because I love trolls. I'm talking about people I know. And I wouldn't suggest doing that. I was embarrassed. I was disappointed in myself. And to the people who didn't deserve it, I apologized. And the people who did deserve it, I just try not to do it publicly next time. I won't apologize. I won't. That was me anyways. I'm not going to apologize for being myself. I may have made a poor choice, and I'll own that. But those are my low points. I used to worry a lot about viewer count. I used to worry a lot about follower count. I've given up on that for a couple reasons.
Why is that?
It's not going to do you any good. It's not going to do your psyche any good. You just be yourself. Whether you have 3 people in the stream or 33 or 333 people in the stream, just be yourself. Don't worry about it. And follower count means absolutely nothing. Nothing. Followers they just wipe followers right off. Because if you're trying to get a sub button and you want to be partnered, they're not looking at your followers. They're looking at what you can bring in every time you start streaming. Because those people that are watching you are those people that are going to sub to you, are those people that's going to make Twitch money. And let's not kid anybody, Twitch is a business.
Yeah.
So if you can convince Twitch that you can make them money, well, then you will get a sub button. It's that simple.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that simple, but it's that basic.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's flip this around. What's been one of your highest moments as a streamer?
I'm gonna say this, and I believe that people are gonna probably think I'm saying it because this is Cranky's show, and this is the Fallout Zone, which is Dizzy's thing. But I was streaming one night, and Dizzy Disaster, who I knew because he's raided me before, I've been in his stream. He came into my stream, no raid. Wait, yeah, I don't remember if it was a raid or not. I don't know. But he came into my stream. He said, "Hi, how's it going?" He was talking. And he said, "I have a surprise for you." And I'm like, he says this right in the chat. And I'm like, "Oh, cool, awesome. Great. I can't wait," or something like that. And he goes, "Go to your settings, go to your channels, and scroll down." And of course, I had no idea what he's talking about or how to get there. So I finally figured it out, and I scrolled down, and it was the invite to be in the Fallout Zone. And the reason I was overwhelmed, and that was one of the highest, if not the highest points in my stream, and I've gotten high donations, I've been rated by a lot of people, but this I don't know, it was just so much love that felt being invited from him. It meant a lot to me because we don't run in the same circles of games, I guess, and genres. I tried to venture over there. I was just so... it's like unconditional love I felt. And I could not believe it. Now, I had to tell him no to that first invite. Because I was in Grinders TV, Samzor's stream team at that time. And they got a lot of restrictions on their stream community, or their collection of streamers, that did not allow you as a streamer to get your name out there and be in another stream team. So I had to tell him no, and I had to tell him no thinking I may never see that invite again, ever. I may never see Dizzy again, ever. And it hurt me to do that. So it was a high and a low, but the love that he sent out that day, well, I would have never met you, and I would have never met Glurms and everyone else.
Here's the thing. I was in TeamSpeak when he got your no. And I can tell you right off the bat, he understood why.
Yeah.
But he was kind of like, shit. You know, because he wanted you to be a part of the Fallout Zone, like, from I think the first time he saw you. But anyway, you mentioned raids, and that's something that is a kind of a strange beast on Twitch.
Oh yeah. You mean the self-promotion?
Well, it depends. Doesn't that depend on who's doing it?
It depends on who's doing the raiding and who you are raiding, in my mind.
Okay, to explain what, for people that don't understand what raiding is, at the end of a stream, the streamer will pick another streamer to send all their current viewers to. And generally when you do that, you have a tagline, you have your emotes, and you slam them into whoever you're raiding into their chat. That's a raid. Now, some people use it as a way of spreading the love, spreading the community. Other people use it to pimp themselves. Right. Now,
it's like,
what do you feel on both those factors?
Don't get me wrong. Raiding is when you're streaming and you get hit with a raid, it's amazing. You get a quick influx of people. They all come in. Most of the time, they just hit the follow button. They haven't even seen you, and they've hit the follow button. Another reason follows don't mean anything. It's great in that aspect. The part where it gets abused is this. Let's say I'm streaming, and for some reason, I am lucky enough to have 200 viewers in my stream, which I've never had, but let's just say I did. And I'm getting ready to get off my stream. I'm going to look. I think I'm going to raid. It does feel good to raid. But you have to look inside yourself. Are you doing that raid because you want to give somebody else a lot of views and viewers, and maybe they'll get their name out? Or do you want that hashtag kDoGG 3 and 4? Do you want to go... I know people personally that they'll determine who they raid based on their viewership. So if they have 100 to 200 viewers, they're going up. They're getting their name up to the top. They're gonna hit that partner streamer with a closed fist to the face. So it's self-promotion. You're self-promoting. I can't go into a stream and type my name, but I can friggin' raid you.
Yeah.
And I just think it all depends. I do it, but I usually raid people that I know, that I'm in their chat a lot. Sometimes I will even see if they're cool about it. Like right there, Big Bad Maddie Daddy raids smaller streamers. Most of the people I support, period, are smaller in some aspect. I just feel a lot of people use their raids, or they'll go searching for raids. Let's not be stupid. There's a lot of people out there. Hey man, I'm gonna raid this person. Well, you know what? There was some back talking in the back channels of the Twitch world that made that raid happen. Yeah. Whether it was and I've done it before. I've said, hey, can you tweet that guy? Let's see if we can get a raid in here. I don't do that anymore. I don't, because it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. You want to grow your channel, you're the person that can grow your channel.
Now, I gotta ask you, how did you get the nick kDoGG?
Oh, my dad gave that to me when I was probably 8, 9, 10. Dad called me kDoGG. He still calls me kDoGG till this day. The numbers 3 and 4, like 3 and 4, were my numbers in high school and college for sports. 3 and 4.
All right. Now, the question I've got to ask, and I've always wanted this myself. Again, thank you everybody for the follows. Like I said, I don't acknowledge them, and I know I should during when they happen, because I don't want to destroy the flow of the conversation. But thank you very, very much. When it comes to your secondary nickname, your trademark, your move, the standing streamer, how the fuck did that come about?
Well, when I played video games at a young age, very competitive with my brothers, I used to sit in a chair, not a DX Racer or some fancy chair that y'all sit in now, just a regular chair maybe from Walmart or Target, and I'd get in the chair and I'd play the games, and when the games would get intense, when I would get into focus mode, I'd get up out of the chair and I'd get on my high knees like this and play. It happened a lot during John Madden football. We called them Madden knees. And I've been doing that since probably I was 8 or 9 years old. So you can imagine 8 or 9 to 35 years old getting on your knees a lot during video games with your brothers, our competitive games, starts to take a toll. As we mentioned earlier, I used to stream from the Xbox One. When I streamed from the Xbox One, I was upstairs in my living room. When I got a PC and a different setup, I don't have a room anymore. I don't have a man cave. I had to move everything down here into my garage. I'm in my garage right now. And when I put everything out, there's no desk here. There's a workbench where there's supposed to be tools, but I don't know how to use them. I move my tools out of the way. So I don't know if you can see it on stream. I'm at my waist. Like I'm on my tippy toes. Here's my waist. The bench is at my waist.
Yeah.
There's 1, 2, 3 monitors in my laptop. So it was kind of silly to sit in a director's chair. I had a DX Racer. You see my jaw. It wouldn't work. And I tried it. I was in a director's chair for like one FIFA game, and I got out of the chair. And I just was like, I spent more of my time standing than not standing. And it just kind of happened. I didn't search out being the standing streamer. It found me. It was like a match made in heaven. And there it is. I mean, I've been asked before, like by younger streamers, like I need a niche. I need a thing. You have this standing streamer. I was like, no. Let's get this straight. I didn't say I'm gonna be a standing streamer. It just found me. I think Tronic gave me the name once. He goes, you should be the standing streamer. Just start going with that every time. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And now I take pride in it. I won't sit. I won't ever sit on stream. And people have tried to make me sit one way or the other. And they failed every time. One person was close, but he failed.
Yeah, well, if I remember, I think you mentioned something about this in the one stream. Was that you had one of those DX racers that somebody had gotten for you?
Somebody said that I would sit if they sent me a DX racer.
Okay.
And I said, go ahead, send me the DX racer. I will burn it. I have a big, huge backyard, kind of like Woodstock, and I burn a lot of old chairs, old folding chairs, and I'll burn them and I'll put them on a vine because that's fun to do, and it's another good way to market yourself. So I told him, I said, go ahead, I dare you, send me a DX racer. Someone tell DX racer I will not sit in their chairs, so don't send me one. And I even had one viewer that made a huge contribution in the stream, and I tell him all the time, nothing's expected, everything's appreciated. Made it, left a comment, sit the F down, and I was overwhelmed. And I took my chair and I put it here, and I got all ready. I cleaned everything off of the chair because, as you can see now, there's shirts on it. And I got ready and I stood by it, and I was gonna sit. And I stood by it, in that split second in my head, I said to myself, I can't do that. Then I'm everybody else. I'm just like everyone else. And I'm going to stand anyways because I can't sit in the chair. Well, I grabbed the chair, and I picked it up, and I slammed it on the ground and broke it. And it's over there because I'm too lazy to actually take it out to the garbage. But, yeah.
I know, like, one thing I know is, and actually I was talking with a couple people last night about this, it seems like our nicks, you know, like, we come by them by accident, and they are the ones that generally work out the best. Like I always say, like, don't go looking for the gimmick. Let the gimmick find you.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like,
I agree.
You've got the standing streamer. Dizzy's got the fucking Chester on his head. You know, like, and those are all things that happen by accident.
Yeah, I agree. You can't, if you try to come up with your own nickname, your own gimmick, your own avenue, or whatever you want to call it, you're going to fail. It will fail. It just won't work. Should you have focus on your stream? Yeah, you should have a mindset, an idea of how you want your stream and how you want to present yourself. But don't go and try to find, like, well, kDoGG streams, let me be the I don't know, the sleeping streamer and put a bed back here.
That's already been done.
I've trademarked that as well.
That's been done. Believe me.
It's I wouldn't do it personally.
Somebody that I know or knew of, he decided he was going to have a 48-hour stream, and part of that stream was where he set basically his system on automatic, and he laid down, but he had bubbles appearing above his head with dream thoughts in it, and like that was, you know, he's no longer around. But anyway, how important? We're kind of winding down here, but how important is it if you want to be serious about what you're doing when it comes to streaming, to have a space? Like, you see a lot of people that are streaming, they're, you know, like, they're using their bedrooms, or they're using, you know, like, okay, for example, I'm in the corner of what used to be a dining room. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. There's not much else I have, right? But how important is it, if you've got the availability of it, to create a space?
I believe it's just as important as what you're streaming, as what you're saying, as the overlay you use. It's the atmosphere. I mean, you look behind me, this is an ambiance. This isn't... I said once to Tronic, I said, what do you think, Tronic? Should I get a green screen? Should I find a way to make a green screen? He goes, no, you can't do that. He said, one of the things that's really unique and different about your stream is it has that underground feel. Yep. It has that realness feel. It's very important to have a space set aside. That's the stream room. This is no longer a garage. This is the stream room, aka the hole.
Like, I gotta admit, when I dropped into your stream for the first time, I was totally amazed by your T-shirt wall. It was just awesome.
And it's a little disheveled. I should have cleaned before the interview, but and there's more upstairs. I just have no more way to hang them up.
You gotta hang them like flags
here. I could, My dad has my dad likes to run these yard sales at his house in the summer. He has clothes racks. I really thought, yeah, I could hang them from the ceiling. The problem is, there's a garage, an automatic garage door right here that we actually use quite a bit just to walk in and out of the house. So if I hung them up here, they'd get knocked down all the time.
Yeah.
Who knows? I've had somebody come in and say, "Oh, I like the image for your green screen." I mean, they thought this was like an image behind me. And of course, I got upset and said, "You got to be kidding me," and walked over there, climbed up, and ripped the jersey off and put it on. But yeah, to answer your question, if you're going to get serious into streaming, you have to think you need that space, especially if I'm secluded now in some sense in my own little world. My wife, my kids are upstairs, and I can feel I'm comfortable. It gives off a nice vibe. There's nobody going to be walking through back and forth like a kid, but a lot of people on Twitch are kids anyway, so that doesn't pertain to them. But yeah, it's good to have your own space, your own man cave, your own whatever nook.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so let's wind this down. Like, do you have, I don't know, not necessarily words of wisdom, but any thoughts on your life since you've started streaming and streaming for newcomers to the world, both as viewers and as potential streamers?
For viewers, yeah, for viewers and potential streamers, I've always preached one thing: be yourself, be real, and just be honest. And whether or not that's going to hurt your stream, just don't hide anything, because your viewers will find out, and they'll either tell you that you're being fake or they just won't come back. And I think the more real you are, you're going to gain more out of that. You're going to gain more of the viewers you want, in my mind, that are going to understand you. And the realer you are, the better you are, suppose.
Yeah. And you know, as far as your life as a streamer, you know, like how is it, you know, how's your life changed? Has it been better? Has it been worse? Has it been, you know, interesting? Has it been scary? Like, what's kDoGG now?
It's exciting. Everything I do in IRL, which I never knew what that meant until Twitch. I didn't know IRL meant in real life. I had no idea. Everything I do in IRL, I think to myself, there's a story. I can't wait to tell Whoop, there it is. I can't wait to get on stream and explain to someone my day today. I'm stressed now, and now I have another outlet to get that stress out, and that feels good to me. I play basketball, I get outside with my kids, and now I have another outlet to broadcast myself to the world, I suppose. But has my life changed? It's the only thing that's changed is now I have a little web address, a little Twitch thing that people can see me gameplay. Because I'll tell you right now, I'm not very good. That's another thing for smaller streamers. Don't worry about your gameplay. Somebody wants to watch a professional person play a game, they'll go to YouTube or they'll go to the top tier people.
Yeah, but some of them aren't pro either, the games they play.
True. I put my gameplay second. First thing in my stream is my viewers in my chat and interacting, and that's what I put forward, and I sacrifice my gameplay for that.
I want to really thank you for doing this today.
No problem.
It's been a blast. I hope the viewers have enjoyed it. I suck at playing games, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, between the interviews and late night and some other shows that are coming on, this is my way of contributing back to the community, because I think, and your feedback might be, the gaming community is a unique one. It is full of all kinds of people, but we're all bound by one thing, and that's our love of gaming.
Right.
You know, you can be good, you can be bad, you can be in between, you can be a pro making lots of money on the circuits and so on and so forth. But when it all boils down to it, we're just gamers.
Yep. Deep down, that's what we do.
Well, here's one thing I got to ask you. You said earlier you like trolls.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do.
I got to ask you, A, why you like trolls, and B, how do you deal with them in your chat? Because I know how I have to deal with them here,
Right.
which is with a heavy hammer. But there's reasons for that. Whereas with you seem to relish in that.
It's not a good stream until I get trolled. And a lot of the trolls, they bring their A game, and they fail every time. I don't understand it. I don't understand the mindset behind a troll, especially the low-level troll, which that's what we call the really bad one. The low-level troll. They're kind of pathetic, and it's just so funny. You get the same things over and over again. You get the insults, the swear words, what they're going to do to you, this and that and this. But if I ban them, and I ban them forever, they're not coming back. They're there. I can keep a troll there. And I have that much confidence in myself that I can turn that troll. And I can make that troll come to my stream to now enjoy the interaction and enjoy it. They want attention. So when you give it to them in the way they don't want it, like they want shut up or ban me or time me out. They want all that. I don't give them that. I give them love. I kill them with kindness. And they don't know how to handle it. And I've had several trolls. I have Ham Time. You can see him in the chat right now. I met him in another stream. I thought he was a troll. He likes to troll, but he's good shit. And he's turned around. I've turned other people around. I've gotten donations to the stream from trolls because I just don't care. I mean, what are you gonna say? I've heard everything, and it just doesn't bother me. They come in and they insult me like I'm gonna care. I mean, and I hear bad stuff. My favorite one is when they don't get their facts straight. So they'll come in and they'll say something. This is going to be vulgar, so you guys may want to turn your videos on. They'll come in and say, I'm going to do this to your blah, blah, blah son. I'll say, whoa, 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 stop the clock. Hold on a second. I have 2 daughters. So if you're going to get your trolling right, it's a daughter. So tell me, please, what you want to do to my 2 daughters. They're 5 and 2. Go to town, because it's not going to bother me, really. It really doesn't. I just throw it off. And I'm a mod in a lot of channels, and I won't take that in other channels. It's weird. If you're a mod in my channel, a lot of people don't ban trolls. They don't time them out. It goes like that. But I'm a mod in other channels. I don't have that same mindset because it's their channel, obviously.
Yeah.
And
well, it's like I said, the reason I've always had to go with a heavy hammer here is mainly because we have women co-hosts. And I'm sorry, you've got to have respect.
Right, and that's the other thing. The other thing I won't stand for is this. I won't stand for a troll attacking another viewer or mod. That I won't have. I got some female mods, and one day they were harassing her. And I contacted her after because she knows my mindset for trolls. She knows I don't time them out or ban them or anything like that. I contacted her after. I said, look, you're a mod. You carry that sword. If he attacks you, you do what you need to do. It's not going to bother me. But I'm definitely against them trolling my viewers. Yeah. So if you're a troll out there and you're listening, that's one way to get to me. I won't ban you permanently. I'll just kick you out, maybe 10, maybe an hour, maybe a day. Why will I do that? Because you'll be back. Yeah. And then I'll do it again, and you'll be back again. But I won't stand for attacking other people because that's just stupid in its own right.
Alrighty, well let's pull this to a close. Like I said, I want to thank you very much for being here. It's been a great conversation.
Oh, I could do this all day. Yeah. I could talk all day. That's another thing I'm good at. Is one thing I am good at. I may not be good at playing video games, but I will talk like there's no tomorrow. So.
Yeah, I can be like that sometimes, especially when you get, you know, off, it's sort of off-topic areas. It's just like
the late night with Cranky and Friends is some of the best late night talking because of the tangents, and that's where things go well. I try to do this little late night thing on Fridays too, where we interview someone, but the best parts are the parts that go off on tangents. Because you're just sitting there chatting with your friends, like Cranky said at the start of this, being casual. It's the best part. It's the best part. Yeah. And here comes, I just said nobody interrupts me. And here comes Mrs. kDoGG now. Would you like to come say hi before we end the interview? I am, but we're just about done. Do you want to say hi? Who is that? That's Cranky.
Cranky. Hi, Cranky.
Hello, madame. How are you? I know you probably
You don't look cranky.
Well, I had to be nice today. You know,
nice.
I see.
Yeah.
The special occasion.
Okay, you know what? We're going to take advantage of this.
Okay.
We've had his side of the streaming story.
Yeah.
What is your feeling as his wife, as his partner, as, you know, his friend, of his streaming life?
I think it's obsessive. And takes away from his time with me. Takes away from his time with me. But I try to be supportive because I know that he enjoys it and he gets to, you know, get out energy and have fun. And
because I got to tell you, one of the first times I dropped in the channel was when you were on.
Oh yeah.
And you were Street Fighter, I think it was.
Oh really? Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a blast to watch. It really was. Yeah. But I also have to ask, where's the Wii U?
Well, I got hungry. I was at the store, I couldn't find it. I was hungry, and then I found it, and there was no price tag. And I was on the phone with him, and he's like, all right, just go eat. So I just got hungry. So he can stop and get it sometime. I didn't oppose. I went to Best Buy. I just didn't have the patience to look for it.
Now, you've only, from what I understand, only appeared a couple times on stream. Is that something that you might consider doing more of with him, or even doing it on your own?
No, because my couch upstairs is way more comfortable than his man cave down here. So after we put our kids to bed, I'm usually exhausted, and he's usually ready to go. So I want to sit down with a book and with a blanket, and he wants to drink beer and have conversation, but not with me, generally. That's true. It's true. It is. It's true. Yeah, I have fun when I do it, but, you know.
I don't have to live with these viewers. I can live.
You kicked his butt.
So you should spend more time with me. I'm good at that game. I have an older brother, and I used to beat him when I was little, so. The key is to not know what you're doing and just hit every button you possibly can.
Oh, button masher. Yeah.
Only for Street Fighter, though.
Only for Street Fighter. What was your reaction when kDoGG came to you and said, I'm going to stream. I'm going to do this"?
Well, the first thing that happened is he told me that people stream and you can watch them, and I thought it sounded completely ridiculous because I don't mean to sound like a total like downer, but I'll be honest. I always felt like he played too many video games anyway as a grown man with a wife and kids. But then when you're not playing, to watch people play, I thought that sounded insane. Even more insane is that he would subscribe to channels and spend money to watch people play.
I don't do that to many.
But then when he started getting, you know, hooked up down here and streaming his own games, and I saw that he was having a lot of fun, then it sort of became different. I could see the connection with other people. His best friend Tronic was doing it, and it wasn't just like a chat room where you're completely anonymous. You know, it's interacting with people and getting to know people. And kDoGG is a really shy guy. He doesn't really actually like to make personal connections with people generally. If I try to make plans with, you know, another couple for dinner,
nope.
He doesn't want to do it. He doesn't.
We'll do a dual stream with them.
But he doesn't want to make small talk. He doesn't want to sit at dinner and pretend to be friendly with someone he's never met. That's just...
Sit, period.
It's just not him.
Yeah.
So to be down here and to actually interact with people and talk with them and do something that he loves, you know, it's annoying. It takes a lot of time away from me, but I also, on the other hand, want to be supportive for what he likes to do.
I'm just curious. What would be your reaction if the point came where he could actually make a living doing this?
That would be fine. That'd be great. But now he goes to school and then, you know, does dinner. We put the kids to bed. And then instead of coming to bed with me, he comes down and drinks beer. And that's not something that I really love, that he's, you know, drinks every time it seems like it. But if it were to replace the working hours, you know, that would be different. I think that'd be really cool to be able to say that you play video games for a living. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Alrighty. I'm okay. Here's one last question for you, and I think this is kind of important. A lot of streamers out there have better halves. They have a significant other. What would be your advice to A, the streamer, and B, the significant other, to be able to coexist within this world of Twitch streaming?
It's a very good question. I think the answer for both is balance, for the sitting spouse, if you will.
I like that. That's a good one.
For the spouse to be supportive, it's just another hobby. It's a habit. You know, it's something like they like to do. And I think a lot of times people feel that video games is something just for kids, but clearly it's not. I mean, there wouldn't be this whole community if it was just for kids. So for the spouse to be supportive and understanding that this is something that the streamer likes to do, but for the streamer to not lose connection of their real life, the one that they live in, the person they share a house with and a family with, not to spend more time streaming than they are with their family, which I think is, you know, that crosses the line when it comes to the spouse feeling like it's too much, you know. So it's just a balance on both ends, really finding a compromise.
Basically, you got to have a good, solid communication factor between the two over this type of thing.
Yeah, you do. Absolutely. And it's just got to be a compromise of some sort.
Alrighty. Well, I thank you very much for jumping in.
No problem. I came down to switch the laundry over, but kDoGG did it. So
switch the laundry over.
I did.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Alrighty. Thank you.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Wow, what a special. No, I'll switch it over after the interview. What a special occasion. No, I just want to come back with you. I won't forget. Wow, what a special day.
That was awesome. I really like that was great. Alrighty, dude. We'll call this one to a close. I want to thank you again very much, and also thank you to Miss kDoGG for jumping in and adding her part to the scenario. This has been the interviews. This is something I like to do every Sunday at about 2 p.m. Next week, I do believe we've got a set of developers joining us for a bit of an interview. The Weaponographist guys are going to be here, so that should be a lot of fun. Tonight, guys, but tonight, don't forget, tonight is the What the Fuck Sunday edition of Late Night, which is just a total blast. Total blast. But until then, I will see you at 12 a.m. for Late Night. Thank you, kDoGG. And kDoGG, make sure you throw your link in chat so people can follow you and say hi. And guys, if you aren't following kDoGG and you love a good, lively stream to watch, he's your man. He's awesome at that stuff. But for now, thank you very much for being here. This has been the interviews. I am the Cranky Canuck with 2 words for you, dude. 2 words and 2 words only. And yeah, Skype, you just had to fuck that up, didn't you? God damn. Thanks for being here, folks. And remember, game on.
I wanna scream and shout.